Learning piano as an adult can feel scary, right? You see kids flying through songs and you think, well, it's too late for me. But here's the truth. I've had students in their 40s, 60s, even their 80s start from scratch and become great pianists. No talent, no childhood lessons, just the right approach. It's never too late to learn piano. And if you've always wanted to play, I'm going to show you exactly how to make real progress starting right now. Here's what usually happens. Adults limit themselves before they even start. They think, I'm too old, my fingers are too stiff, I'll never catch up. And honestly, I get it. You spent years being great at other things. Your career, your family, your responsibilities. So starting from zero again feels humbling. But that doesn't mean you can't learn. In fact, adults actually have huge advantages over kids. You're more disciplined, you understand structure, and you already know what great music sounds like. You just need a method that works with how adults learn, not against it. That's exactly what I help my students with. So if you've been holding back because you think you missed your chance, you haven't. Let's break down the 7 things that will help you finally learn piano quickly and confidently as an adult. Number 1, don't rush. The very first tip, and probably the hardest one for adults, is don't rush. Here's what I mean. As an adult, you've already mastered a lot in life. You've built a career, maybe raised kids, handled responsibilities, and you're used to operating at a high level. So when you sit down at the piano, your brain expects to pick it up just as easily. But piano humbles everyone, especially adults, because even though you know what beautiful music sounds like, your fingers can't do it yet. Think about it. You spent decades listening to perfectly recorded professional performances, so when you sit down and it sounds like this, it's not fun, it's frustrating. And that frustration makes you want to rush. You want to skip the slow parts and just get good already. But that's the exact opposite of what works. The truth is, learning piano requires slowing down way more than feels natural. Because the basics, how you move, how your fingers connect to the keys, how evenly you play, those are your foundation. And if you rush through that, everything that comes later will feel shaky. When you take your time and really think about each movement, the weight of your fingers, the rhythm, the balance, you're building habits that make advanced songs easier later. So even if it feels slow, remember, slow is fast. Every smooth, confident pianist you've ever heard got there by doing the boring, slow stuff first. And if you can be patient enough to focus on precision instead of speed, you'll sound better, feel calmer, and progress faster than if you tried to rush through everything. So that brings me to number 2, learn the basics and actually understand them. If you want to learn piano quickly, here's the truth. You have to learn the basics. And I don't just mean memorize them, I mean actually understand them. A lot of adults skip this part. They'll say, I just want to play songs and try to copy what they see on YouTube. But skipping the fundamentals is like trying to write poetry before learning the alphabet. When you're starting out, you should be able to look at a chord on a page and know exactly what it is. You should know how it creates tension, how it resolves, and how it builds emotion. By the way, I created a free piano practice planner that has the first chords you can learn to unlock tons of your favorite songs. Comment practice planner below and I'll send it to you. You don't have to study music theory like you're back in college. You just need to get curious about how music works. When you start connecting those dots, you'll realize, oh, this chord sounds happy. Or that's why this song sounds jazzy. You start thinking like a musician instead of just repeating patterns. Once you understand those basics, everything else gets easier. You'll pick up songs faster, you'll recognize patterns, and you'll finally feel like you know what you're doing. The basics are your foundation. If you learn them right once, you'll never have to relearn them again. So instead of skipping this stage, embrace it. Number 3, stick to a daily practice routine. Now, I know you're busy. You have a job, maybe a family, a calendar that's already overflowing. So the idea of practicing every day can feel impossible. But here's the thing. Daily practice doesn't mean hours of practice. It can literally mean 10 minutes a day. And yes, 10 minutes a day is better than one long session on the weekend. Let's do the math. 10 minutes a day for 7 days is 70 minutes total. But your brain doesn't process that as 70 minutes at the piano. It processes it as 7 separate learning opportunities. Each time you practice and then go to sleep, your brain locks in what you learned. It consolidates that information while you rest, kind of like pressing save on a file. That's why daily consistency matters so much more than random bursts of effort. So if you can carve out even a small pocket of time, 5 minutes before work, 10 minutes before bed, whatever fits, it's enough. Your progress compounds quietly in the background. And I want you to stop seeing practice as a chore. It's not another task on your to-do list. It's your reset. It's your moment to slow down, focus, and do something that's just for you. I always tell my students the piano isn't just a skill, it's self-care. It sharpens your brain, lowers stress, and gives you that small daily sense of accomplishment. So instead of thinking, ugh, I have to practice, try thinking, I get to reconnect with music today, even if it's just for a few minutes. And if you're someone who loves structure, use my free Pianoly practice planner to track those short sessions. Comment practice planner below and I'll send it to you. Seeing your streak build up over time is so motivating, it reminds you that progress is happening, even on the small days. Daily doesn't mean perfect, it just means consistent. And consistency is where the real transformation happens. Number 4, work on songs you love. This one might sound simple, but it's huge. Work on songs you actually like. When you're learning piano, you'll naturally be assigned songs, maybe from a teacher, a course, or a method book. And that's great. Those songs are designed to build your technique and help you progress step by step. But here's the truth. If you're only playing songs that you should play instead of songs you want to play, you're going to lose motivation quickly. Music is emotional. And when you connect emotionally to what you're playing, you practice differently. You're not forcing yourself to sit down, you want to. When I was growing up, I remember falling in love with certain songs and feeling so inspired that I could sit at the piano for hours without even realizing time had passed. That's what happens when you pick something that lights you up. You practice more and you enjoy it more. So even if you're a total beginner and can't play your dream songs yet, start keeping a list. What I call your someday songs. Write down the pieces that move you, the ones that make you feel something. Then, as you start to learn new skills, start checking them off one by one. And when you finally play one of those songs and realize, wait, I can actually do this, it's one of the best feelings in the world. So yes, learn the songs that teach you technique, but always keep one song in your practice rotation that makes your heart light up. Because when you love what you're playing, discipline becomes joy. Number 5, take it one step at a time. One of the biggest mistakes adults make is thinking they have to master everything at once. You sit down at the piano, start comparing yourself to others online, and suddenly feel like you're behind. But piano isn't about giant leaps, it's about small, steady steps. When I practice, I never try to fix everything in one session. I just aim to get a little bit better than yesterday. Maybe smoother transitions, cleaner rhythm, or one section memorized. That's it. And that 1% better mindset changes everything. Because when you stop expecting overnight perfection, you start enjoying the process again. And if you do that every day, 1% here, 1% there, the growth compounds faster than you'd ever expect. Before you know it, you're playing things you used to think were impossible. So instead of saying, I'm not there yet, start saying, I'm getting there, one day at a time. Because that's exactly how every great pianist was built. One small win stacked on top of another. Your job isn't to be perfect today, it's just to keep going. Number 6, be willing to make mistakes. If you're like most of my students, you probably hate messing up. You're used to being competent in other parts of your life, at work, in relationships. So when you sit down at the piano and hit the wrong note, your brain immediately goes, ugh, I'm bad at this. But that's not true. Mistakes aren't proof that you're failing, they're proof that you're learning. Every single musician, no matter how advanced, makes mistakes. The only difference between someone who gives up and someone who gets good is how they respond when mistakes happen. Instead of feeling embarrassed, try getting curious. Ask yourself, what happened there? Was it rhythm, a fingering issue, a memory slip? That question turns frustration into data, and that's how growth happens. And here's something most people don't realize. Your teacher or anyone helping you is not judging your mistakes. Good teachers love it when you mess up because it gives them something real to help you fix. We're not thinking, wow, they're terrible. We're thinking, yes, now we can make a breakthrough. So don't hide your mistakes, lean into them. When you stop taking mistakes personally and start seeing them as information, you'll move forward faster than ever. So from now on, don't play to avoid mistakes. Play to learn from them. Because growth doesn't happen in perfection, it happens in the correction. Number 7, start now. If you've been thinking about learning piano for months or years, waiting for the perfect time, the perfect keyboard, the perfect schedule, just don't wait anymore. There will always be something, work, family, life, overwhelm, but there's never a perfect moment. The only thing that makes it perfect is starting. Even if all you do today is sit down at the piano for 5 minutes and play one note, that's a beginning. Because the truth is, none of us know how much time we get. You don't want to look back one day wishing you'd started. You want to look back knowing that you did. I've seen so many adults start with that exact thought. I'm too late, I'll never get there. And then 6 months later, they're playing songs they used to dream about. Not because they were talented, just because they started. So if that's you, if you've been waiting for the right time, this is your sign. Start now. Even 10 minutes a day can change your entire relationship with music, with focus, with yourself. The hardest part of piano isn't playing, it's deciding to begin. One of the best ways to start is by downloading my free piano practice planner. Inside, it will show you exactly how to get started from absolute zero, even learning the names of the keys to playing your first chords. Comment practice planner below and I'll send it to you. And if you want to learn your first chords, check out this video next. It'll show you exactly how to get started on the piano in the fastest way possible. And if this video helped you, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.